Welcome everybody. This is the Stock Options Daily Trading Review for February 22nd, 2016. I'm Scott, he's Alan. We're going to be showing you basically a dead basket day. What happens when the market basically is flat? Are there chances for you to, or opportunities for you to make money? The pundits say no. The smart money says no. Get on the side. And we're going to be asking Alan Maxwell, our resident expert and programmer of Waves of Profit software, what he thinks. Alan, over to you.
Thanks. Well, some of the stuff that we teach in the course says if it's a dead flat basket like this one, you can see it's kind of stuck in the range of the risk zone, the no man's land. You're going to have to look for a stock that's really strong, or don't trade, because you're going to lose money in this chattery kind of garbage. Now, this is the basket. Now what we're going to do is we're going to bring up, because this is the end of the day, we're showing you the whole day, we're going to bring up the main list and say, well, what's here? Now, this is what you would want to do for replay. I'm going to sort by D% so that you can say, well, which stocks did well. And I've already marked these two so that we could talk about them. But you'll notice that the volume for VRX was 400% of its normal day. That's one of the really great clues of a stock that's going to move well. But you don't always get, here's you got under normal volume. So sometimes you can have a great mover without a lot of volume. But this is the one that you want to look for, because this is more reliable. Super big volume, and it usually does a good move. So if I sort by vol percent, oh, look at that. My top runner is there at 400%. So we're going to go look at that stock at the beginning of the day, or close to it, and then say, well, how did we know? And let's go just look at that one, which is that guy. I'm going to put that guy. I'm going to put this away, and we're going to go look at the chart. So here we are. It's like all the others. Nothing's interesting. I'm just moving forward. But this down here is my histogram bar. It's telling me I've got good volume, which that indicator says as well. If you go back to the list, I'm at 700%, and the only other guys that are moving well are WIN and TSO. Let me just make that longer so we can see all of them. Yeah, so those are the only guys that are moving strong. Now, we already know, because we looked, that TSO didn't turn out to be an all-day runner, and neither did Baidu. They did okay, but nothing fabulous. So here we are. We know this is one of the three candidates to be a super runner. It's about to break a 4-day low. I've got the compare line on, which is the basket is running down. I'll show you the basket at this point. Yeah, running down, not by much, but you know, it's running down. So if we go back to here, I'm going to go forward another minute. Now, breaking a previous low, which happens to be a 4-day range, is on a day that's dead, otherwise, where there is no direction, this would be one of the better ones to get. Normally, you would just not trade anything. But if you do find these guys, and again, you find them because they got some crazy good volume. So any of those 3 or 4 would be something to look at. So let's go back to that one. And of course, with replay, you can check all this stuff out. And now we say, well, I like it enough to buy it because the basket is still weakish. You know, it started here, down, up. It's a little bit of green, but really nothing. And this is a different type of thinking again. We're going to go hit the buy button and see what happened on a put. And so we're going to go forward 1 minute. Bit of a loss, pullback, not a surprise. The market's getting kind of green. Do people really hate this stock? Well, that's where you'd want to look at your 7-day. Here's the daily. Well, kind of. But notice here, this little blue box here, that's the pre-market range, which is another one of those great clues. That's this line right here, that this stock is worse than what it was before the market opened. There's some trading. So it's below yesterday's close. It's below yesterday's low. It's a 4-day low, and it looks like it's got crazy big volume, which means people could be dumping it hard. They don't like it. So we're going to go forward some more. Get some pullback. And then you go, ouch, I didn't like that. That's the risk that you're dealing with on these. You don't have basket support. So you go, well, I'm going to jump out of it, or you don't, because it didn't go, it just barely touched the mag line, and then it ran back down again. And then it really takes off. I'm moving forward quite quickly. So if you're going to be a guy that wants to trade when the market's dead and there's no support from it, I have a suggestion, which I just showed you, which is what you really want to do is you want to make sure that you've broken the 945 range. This early business on a dead day is dangerous because you don't know that it didn't keep going that way. So this was the bottom for this 945 time frame, which is all of these candles. It broke it with more red support, good volume, and the volume kept going. And here you got your volume spike, which we talk about is quite often a peak point. You've also got a Y point. So those are lots of good reasons to get out and get paid. And you're at 50%, which is one of my rules, is if you ever get that, just take the money. And that's it for this dead day. But let's go look at a couple other strong runners. And by the way, on the 60, which is a great one to look at, you can see this is just a huge candle. You're going to get some buyback when you get a monster candle like that. Somebody's going to say, well, that's too cheap. So if we move forward here half hour, let's just see what happened. Yeah, it's not coming up strong, but it's not going down either. You could probably get another trade out of this later on. So like here, you've got, here you didn't have both, but here you have the background tint, you've got this. There's probably some more money in there. I don't recommend it. You made some money, walk away. Let's go look at the other stocks that moved strongly today, and we're sorting it by vol percent. So we looked at VRX. Who else did something? Win, but you can see from the chart, and had some volume right here, and then it was dead and flat, of course, because it's a flat day. Are we going to find another mover? Well, maybe. Let's go look and see if somebody else is already moving strong, and here's EA. EA was moving strong. We were busy looking at VRX. But if we go back here, we go, well, there's not much volume. There's not really a clue that this thing, and you know, we know that this thing turns out well, but it doesn't have volume. So you might get this one, you might not. These ones are harder to find. There's no clue. But this one, the volume is the clue. It's super easy to find those. But you gotta practice with these dead days a little bit differently than you do with a strong trending day. When it's a strong trending day, it's easy. And that's it for me.
Wonderful. Thank you very much, Alan. Thank you for joining us, everybody. This has been the Stock Option Daily Review for February 22nd, 2016. I want to thank you very much for joining us. In the descriptions, we've got links to our courses. We recommend that if you have not done any day trading, that you take the courses, educate yourself. You'll get a free 1-month trial to go through the replay and to be able to figure out how this all works, get comfortable with it. And if you like that, then go to www.wavesofprofit.com and you can subscribe and get the program on a monthly basis or an annual basis. And with that, oh, the other thing I just want to say, to the bottom right-hand corner, a little subscribe button, subscribe, and so make sure that you don't miss any of our exciting reviews. And tell your friends. Make sure that you push the little thumbs up like thing, and if you want to leave a comment or something like that, we really appreciate it. So thanks for joining us, everybody, and we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.